Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Swallowed Star based on novel. So let's start. Earth? No way. The disambiguation mirror stones. There are 36 of them. There is no way that one can replace Earth. Seeing how the other universe masters were disagreeing, Primal Chaos City leader could not help but frown as he spoke. Back when I came forward in the capacity of the virtual universe company, I spent a mere 50 billion mixed elements to buy Earth's ocean ownership rights. Those 50 billion mixed elements were not a one-time payment, it was split into 3 installments. Now that I am using this disambiguation mirror stone to trade, I think the amount should be about the same. Primal Chaos City leader. Primal Chaos City leader. 2 universe masters called out at the same time. They looked at each other, then one of them, a giant with 3 sharp horns and a body covered with a scaly armor, said in a deep, low voice, back then, Luo Feng was a mere nobody. 50 billion mixed elements was a sky-high amount. Although you signed a contract in the name of the virtual universe company, you also have an agreement with us, the Universe Mercenary Alliance, and some other parties. The Earth's ocean ownership rights and ocean high-altitude ownership rights are shared among the 5 of us. All 5 of us have sent our descendants down to dwell on Earth. It has been 100,000 years since then, due to the unique characteristics of Earth, which you all should already know. What an amazing planet! The children who are born on Earth could be so much stronger in their ability to learn and acquire power. While their initial speed of improvement matches that of descendants on other planets, as time goes by, with continual learning and acquisition, the rate at which they improve far surpasses descendants on other planets. Sitting Mountain Guest is unbelievably remarkable. To think he could create such a planet. Who knows how many years he spent creating a planet where the souls of babies could undergo evolutionary changes. This is really too incredible for words. The giant sighed in awe. Sitting Mountain Guest really lives up to his status as the most senior of all universe supreme beings. Positioned at the highest societal level of the human race, they all knew about Sitting Mountain Guest. The human race might have universe supreme beings, but during the time when the universe was just emerging, humans were like toddlers stumbling about as they learned how to walk, slowly and unsteadily multiplying in numbers. At that time, the special life forms that ran rampant in the universe were the invincible beings. These special life forms were naturally endowed with strength and power, like the 8 natural beast gods. As for Sitting Mountain Guest, during the most ancient period following the birth of the universe, he had already become a loner among the universe supreme beings. Earth is continually creating great beings, the giant continued in his low, deep voice. It can create such a huge branch like the human race, giving it value not inferior to that of a pinnacle domain type true treasure. There is no way I will agree to trade it for anything that easily. I disagree, too. Disagreed. Authoritative figures of the 2 major powers, the Universe First Bank and the Universe Star River Bank, voiced their disagreements together. This worried Primal Chaos City leader. He gave a slight frown. So, the disambiguation mirror stone. What should be done about it? Huge axe creator's booming voice sounded from his throne. If no one is willing to return Earth, then Luo Feng will not be handing over the disambiguation mirror stone. What our human race lacks is a supreme true treasure, the giant continued. As for the pinnacle domain type true treasure, considering this level, the human race already owns quite a few pieces. Besides, the disambiguation mirror stone only represents a chance of obtaining a true treasure of a pinnacle level. Haven't we met with quite a number of similar chances so far? Like the universe ocean. If we dared to go all out, it is possible to obtain a pinnacle domain type true treasure anytime. With a 1 in 36 chance of obtaining a pinnacle domain type true treasure. Using this to trade for Earth is out of the question. That's right. I agree with Deserted Mirror. The authoritative figures of the Universe Mercenary Alliance, Universe First Bank, and Universe Star River Bank voiced their opinions. Dear all. My disciple, Luo Feng, Primal Chaos City Leader began. His ability has reached that of a top-tier universe overlord standard. Hua. All the universe masters, including Huge Axe Creator, looked over. Primal Chaos City Leader, you are not kidding. Luo Feng just started cultivation, not long ago. A top-tier universe overlord. Have you witnessed it personally? It can't be true. Impossible. Not a single one of the universe masters could believe that Luo Feng, who had only 10,000 years worth of cultivation, and had only become undying 20,000 years ago, was now at the top-tier universe overlord level. In the entire universe, almost no one would have found such a claim believable. Primal Chaos City Leader, is it true? Huge Axe Creator could not help asking. Primal Chaos City Leader scanned his surroundings. Then, with a slight nod, he replied, I have yet to test it for myself. However, we have been teacher and disciple for 10,000 years, and based on my understanding of him, if he dares say so, it must be true. You have yet to test him personally. So, this claim is not tested or proven yet. The universe masters, who had not really crossed paths with Luo Feng, laughed and shook their heads. Deserted Mirror, the authoritative figure of the Universe Mercenary Alliance, laughed aloud. Primal Chaos City Leader, Luo Feng may be using the disambiguation mirror stone and matters on Earth to add to his capital. He is taking advantage of his relationship with you. He may be saying it on purpose because he has faith that you, his teacher, will believe him. Deserted Mirror, you think my disciple is like yours? Primal Chaos City Leader said, his eyes burning with a trace of anger. Deserted Mirror smiled, but did not dare say anything further. After all, Primal Chaos City Leader wielded the highest authority in the virtual universe company. In terms of ability or status, no one else present, other than Huge Axe Creator, was qualified to oppress him. Furthermore, even the Primal Universe was under his jurisdiction. All of these accolades raised Primal Chaos City Leader's status by leaps and bounds. Out of the 5 major powers within the human race, Huge Axe Dojo and the Virtual Universe Company were the strongest. The Universe Mercenary Alliance, the Universe First Bank, and the Universe Star River Bank were one notch lower. If Luo Feng claims to be a top-tier universe overlord and wants to try his hand at entering the Disambiguation Temple, let him be. He needs to taste a little suffering. As for trading back Earth, the Disambiguation Mirror Stone is a far cry from sufficient. A Disambiguation Mirror Stone in exchange for the Earth's ownership rights is definitely unacceptable. Primal Chaos City Leader suppressed a sigh as he noted the circumstances. Noble beings such as these universe masters. How strange their temperaments were. Cold and arrogant, obstinate and unruly, kind to look at but ruthless in heart. These beings had so many faces. They could steer clear from touching the bottom line, so humans naturally would tolerate their presence. These super beings enjoyed special privileges, so long as they did not touch the bottom line. Out of all the universe masters, Primal Chaos City Leader was usually the one who presided major events pertaining to issues of the human race. He was also the one who always held such issues in the highest regard. From his point of view, Earth might be important, but regardless of whether geniuses were cultivated by other major powers, or cultivated by human dwellers living on Earth, weren't they all essentially part of the human race? Overall, the human race was still strong and powerful and able to earn Luo Feng's gratitude and loyalty. Furthermore, the humans' territory was vast. Even if there was a branch of Earth that was comparable to the Yangshan race, it was still only a small part of the overall power of the human race. The current matter concerns their own benefits, so none of them are willing to relent easily, thought Primal Chaos City Leader, and sighed inwardly. From his throne, Huge Axe Creator shouted his orders. This discussion shall end here. The other universe masters fell silent as they looked toward him. Primal Chaos City Leader, Huge Axe Creator said, looking at him. With a slight bow to indicate his respect, Primal Chaos City Leader was on all ears. You have to inform Luo Feng that using the Disambiguation Mirror Stone to exchange for Earth's ownership rights is impossible. If he is unwilling to accept our other proposals, the race will not force him to. Huge Axe Creator smiled. As for Earth's ownership rights, do tell him that so long as his ability and power could attain a certain level that is considered sufficient, then of course, nothing is impossible. Primal Chaos City leader smiled. I understand. On the contrary, the other universe masters were a little caught by surprise. Huge Axe Creator. Huge Axe Creator, this. Huge Axe Creator's gaze scanned the hall as he said coldly, the time when Luo Feng is able to sit here with us will be the time to return Earth's ownership rights to him. A couple of universe masters could only lower their heads in compliance. When Huge Axe Creator gave out orders, not a single soul in the human race would dare to go against him. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Luo Feng caught wind of the news very quickly. When he heard the news from his teacher, Luo Feng was understandably angry. But he also saw a glimmer of hope. He was mad because a mere 50 billion mixed elements had bought half the Earth's ownership rights, but now, even with his disambiguation mirror stone that was worth 10,000 times more, or even 1,000,000 times more, yet he could not even use it to exchange for the ownership rights. As for the glimmer of hope, he was looking forward to the promise Huge Axe Creator made to him. That shows how important the Earth is, thought Luo Feng. It will not be returned to me so easily. Sitting together with them, is it? Soon. Earth ultimately belongs to us Earthlings. For close to 100,000 years, he had been diligently cultivating himself to become stronger and more powerful so that one fine day, he could hold up the entire sky for his fellow Earthlings. He would do that because he was the greatest being of all the Earthlings, the god that they worshipped. He would become the spiritual leader for all Earthlings. Actually, back when Luo Feng first stepped into the universe, especially when he was a horde leader of Earth, he had warded off many rounds of danger for Earth, which was the reason the Earthlings worshipped him. There were those who worshipped him simply for who he was. There were those who worshipped him immensely as a hero. As time passed, day after day, year after year, they naturally came to worship him even more. Especially the Earthlings, who were roaming the universe like Luo Feng, who came to know more about the benefits he had brought them. From then up to 100,000 years later, the worshipping of Luo Feng, being handed down to many generations thereafter, had eventually led to Luo Feng becoming a symbol, and a leader of the human race on Earth. My power will soon be able to completely protect the human race living on Earth, Luo Feng said to himself. Asterisk 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 asterisk. At the Northern Territory Alliance, in the palace of Star River Master. Star River Master. Flourishing Light Horde leaders' two heads were bowed and full of respect. A voice sounded amidst the darkness that shrouded the palace. Alliance Master has resurrected you. But you were saying. The one who killed you was Luo Feng. Yes, Flourishing Light Horde leader replied respectfully. He killed me with one strike, with just only one strike. Luo Feng had left the Beast God sector to return to the primal universe, and when he arrived back at the original star once again, he was a mobile treasury in human form, ripe for the picking by the great beings of other races. Back then, the first one to cross paths with him had been Flourishing Light Horde leader, and he had been killed by Luo Feng with a single strike of his sword. Are you sure it was Luo Feng? With only one strike? Asked the voice amidst the darkness again. Star River Master, I am dead sure, said Flourishing Light Horde leader. This was the scene of how he killed me back then. Flourishing Light Horde leader replied deferentially, as he recalled his memories through his godly power, playing it as though it were a video clip. Luo Feng's cold and sharp blade transformed into a dazzling golden light. With one strike, it sliced through Flourishing Light Horde leader's ordinary true treasure armor, and sent him to Kingdom Come without hesitation. Silence. Star River Master went silent, too. He had resurrected a great number of universe knights, and had already heard of a few claiming that they had been killed by Luo Feng. That implied that Luo Feng already had the power of a universe overlord. But Flourishing Light Horde leader was a universe overlord. And just one strike was enough to kill him. That sort of power was only possible by a top-tier universe overlord. Becoming undying in just 2,000 years, the voice in the dark space was full of shock. Send out my orders. The voice resonated throughout the entire palace grounds, and was heard by all the universe knights, who immediately went about carrying out his orders. The human, Luo Feng, possessed the power of a top-tier universe overlord, and his power is comparable to that of the human, Heaven Erosion Palace Master. Send out this information to the whole universe. Everyone in the universe must know, especially powers like the bug soldiers, demons, and automaton race, all those who bear great enmity against the human race. They are bound to go through any means to eliminate Luo Feng as soon as they can. He was able to attain Heaven Erosion Palace Master's standard in such a short time. If he has another few hundred years, then won't the human race have another great being like Primal Chaos City Leader? Yes. 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 Every universe knight within the palace grounds received the order. Asterisk 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 asterisk. News started spreading out quickly from every channel of the Northern Territory Alliance. The Northern Territory Alliance was one of the biggest superpowers within the universe, with the highest number of races and a massive number of universe knights. When they initiated the dissemination of news, word spread quickly. Within one day, all 9 great powers of the universe, various top-tier powers, almost everyone in the entire vast universe, had heard the news. The news naturally reached the human race, too, and every human universe knight caught wind of it. Truyang Knight, Bound Time Knight, Sir Nine Blade, Ganwu Country Master, Heaven Erosion Palace Master, Undying Knight, Guiyi Knight. All of them received this universe-shattering news about an unbelievably incredible life form, who was powerful beyond comprehension, Luo Feng. The one who had thrown into turmoil every higher-up in all the various races in the universe. Inside Flame God territory, in the main palace surrounded by endless flames. That human Luo Feng has the power of a top-tier universe overlord. He killed Flourishing Light Horde leader with one attack. Not possible. Flame Emperor raged and roared, and his eyes were glinting with madness. He was innately proud, and he was proud of being cultivated by Mountain Sitting Guest. He looked down upon his older brother, as he was originally a slave of his teacher, and he had inferior potential and true treasures compared to him. He already craved to become an equal of Mountain Sitting Guest, or even stronger. However, after Luo Feng showed up, Mountain Sitting Guest also devoted his time and energies to this third disciple, and he had even prepared a supreme true treasure star tower for Luo Feng. Flame Emperor longed for that supreme true treasure, but it was no use. He had been wary of that third brother, as he found him to be the biggest threat to him. 100,000 years. Flame Emperor growled. How is it possible for him to have the power of a top-tier universe overlord in only 100,000 years? How is it possible? It must be Teacher Mountain Sitting Guest. It's got to be because of his arrangements. Luo Feng isn't capable of accomplishing that all by himself. Teacher Mountain Sitting Guest favors third brother too much. He gave him the supreme true treasure. And now he helped him gain the power of a top-tier universe overlord after he's been undying for only 20,000 years. Flame Emperor's face twisted with fury. Just wait and see. Just wait and see, Teacher Mountain Sitting Guest. He'll never catch up with me, even with your help. I'll always be his better. I'll be stronger, stronger even than you. The space around Flame Emperor cracked, and the eyes under his soul horn looked crazed and terrifying. Asterisk 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 asterisk. The news was widely spread, and it shocked all the powers in the universe. Parachopper Knight from the bug race had been resurrected. He had a senior true treasure armor yet was still killed by Luo Feng. Luo Feng was the one who killed me, Parachopper Knight said. I had a senior true treasure armor, but one attack from him damaged more than half of my godly body, and 2 attacks killed me directly. That news was more shocking. A universe overlord wearing a senior true treasure armor being killed by 2 attacks was even more terrifying than Flourishing Light Horde leader being killed by 1. A senior true treasure. A universe overlord was killed even while wearing a senior true treasure. That's outrageous. He must be a top-tier universe overlord. What a coincidence. The Bug Race Alliance gave out the news right after the Northern Territory Alliance gave out the news. It's extremely difficult to resurrect a universe overlord. Parachopper Knight must have been revived after the news spread that flourishing Light Horde leader was killed by Luo Feng. The bug race resurrected Parachopper Knight just to verify the news. Nobody expected Parachopper Knight to say something so shocking. The two pieces of news were spread in one day, and they took the universe by storm. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Inside the universe owned by the automaton race, countless threads were connecting the planets and stars, giving the universe the appearance of a gigantic net. A voice resounded in every corner in that universe. "My children," it said, "that human who's only been training for 100,000 years, is so powerful that he can kill a universe overlord wearing a senior true treasure. Is that true? Father God, I've contacted the Thorn Ring Alliance, and they said it's true. I've done my research as well, and it is true. I've seen the footage of Parachopper Knight being killed. Father God, we can't leave Luo Feng alive. Father God." Automation race was a peculiar race, as all the members in the race were intelligent life forms, but there was a command for them to obey at their very core. They surrendered themselves completely to the greatest being in the automation race, a universe supreme being known as Father God. They would happily die if it was a command from their Father God, and there was an exceptional bond among the creatures within automaton race. Father God's voice was spread all across the universe, saying, "It's only been 20,000 years since he became undying, and he has the power of a top-tier universe overlord now. He'll definitely be a threat to our race if we just let him roam free. My children, follow my order. Search for Luo Feng and kill him. We must kill him before he becomes a universe master." Yes. Yes, Father God. Asterisk 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 asterisk. The automaton race, bug race, and demon race were all terrified. The human race, bug race, demon race, and automaton race lived nearby each other, and they had been fighting against each other for an eternity. There had been a myriad of feuds among them, and one great being after another was born in the course of war. They looked down upon Prison Race and the Crystal Race. Once a particular race of the four pinnacle races became stronger, other three races would often form an alliance without discussion. The other three races would take action if an exceptional genius was born, as they couldn't allow any one power among them to be visibly stronger. Of course, if a race suddenly stumbled and fell, it would be a pleasant surprise to the other three races. The responses to news of Luo Feng came as expected. He's been growing too fast. He'll be another primal chaos city leader if we let him roam free. We must kill him as soon as possible. Otherwise, he'll become so powerful that even universe supreme masters aren't able to kill him. Kill him. Kill him before he becomes a universe master. Pass along my order. Every great being on the original stars should keep an eye on Luo Feng. Pass along my order. The automaton race, bug race, and demon race all made this a top priority. They all knew that if a supreme being was born within the race, like Nine Remoteness Master, although he wasn't technically a universe supreme master, he could make all the pinnacle races desperate. Luo Feng had an inherited technique, clone. He could be reborn even if one of his godly bodies was killed. A powerful universe master with clone technique would be a nightmare to enemy races. And he would definitely become a pillar of his own race. We must kill him. Asterisk 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 asterisk. The Northern Territory Alliance also wanted Luo Feng dead, but they felt relatively relieved. They knew that the automaton race, demon race, and bug race ought to be the anxious ones. As for the Ancestral God School, the Space Beast Alliance, the Prison Race, and the Crystal Race, they were looking forward to watching the fight among the four pinnacle races. That human Luo Feng is indeed incredible. If he can survive this and become a universe master, nobody will be able to hurt him. Asterisk 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 asterisk. No one was more shocked than the human race. In the open-air bar in the virtual universe, most of the universe knights had gathered. Normally, there were only a few thousand of them, but today, more than 90% of the universe knights of the human race were here. Universe knights of other races were also here. There were discussions everywhere. Is Luo Feng that incredible? He's improved too fast. Even Flame Emperor can't compare with him. Jealousy was to be expected in the face of such power, just as how Luo Feng had upset many Universe Knights when he'd moved to the mountainside of Thunder Island. However, Luo Feng had exceptional power now. He was so powerful that he could kill a Universe Overlord with one attack. That kind of power was awed by Universe Knights. It's a miracle. Legendary. It's a miracle within our race. Where's Tru Yang Knight? He's Luo Feng's teacher. Tru Yang turned off his communications already. Perhaps too many Universe Knights are looking for him. Ganwu Universe Country Master was also laughing loudly. Other Universe Knights were all talking about Luo Feng. Ganwu Universe Country Master was a bit dazed, but he became happy instantly. After all, Luo Feng was close to him. He was the teacher of Luo Feng's son. Is Luo Feng's son your disciple? Ha ha, yes. Luo Feng has a son. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Inside the God Country, the endless remote ocean was tumbling and expanding. Lots of creatures were being created, and they expanded the remote ocean. It's crazy. Luo Feng was sitting in the godly temple, soaked in golden light. He shook his head and smiled. He had known he couldn't hide the fact that he had killed all those Universe Knights and Universe Overlords. He knew that the news would be impossible to keep quiet once those great beings were resurrected. However, he hadn't expected everyone to be so angry about it. After talking with Primal Chaos City Leader and Tru Yang Knight, he turned off the acceptance of the virtual universe. I'll keep practicing. Luo Feng closed his eyes and smiled. It was filled with hustle and bustle out there, but it was tranquil and peaceful in his God Country. The water in the endless remote ocean was flowing. All was a racket outside. But it was quiet in his God Country. Teleportation, hang, seal, Luo Feng whispered. He opened his eyes, and his godly power triggered law threads. 3 broken engraving pictures showed up in the sky and they merged. A perfect engraving picture showed up. It was an engraving picture that looked like the 7th picture of the 9 Universe Primal Chaos tablet. I've finished the space law, Luo Feng said with a smile. Endless Universe Origin law arrived at the God Country, and the remote ocean started to churn. Above the boundless remote ocean was a gigantic 5-colored whirlpool with a diameter of tens of billions of miles. It covered the sky above the remote ocean. Gold, wood, water, fire, and ground, all 5 laws were perfectly merged. At the center of the whirlpool was a space, and it was emanating endless force of space law origin. Unlimited godly power flooded out from the space and poured into the boundless remote ocean. It's incredible when the universe origin arrives. Luo Feng looked up and was amazed. Many beings became Universe Knights throughout history, and there was lots of footage thereof. Luo Feng had watched some footages of the breakthroughs of other great beings, and every time someone made a breakthrough, a 5-colored space whirlpool of space origin ocean would arrive. However, the 5-colored space whirlpools were generally small, with a diameter of around 60 miles. Yet the whirlpool above him had a diameter of tens of billions of miles. Endless godly power poured out. They dashed into the boundless remote ocean like a waterfall, while the remote ocean body kept absorbing the godly power to help him finish the transformation from an undying fighter to a Universe Knight. The scene I caused when I became undying was more incredible than many great beings becoming Universe Knights. Though the scene now is not as mysterious as those who become Universe Masters, it's still as powerful as supreme beings becoming Universe Masters. Luo Feng was thrilled. The scene during the breakthrough indicated one's power. The godly body would become 100 times stronger when someone graduated to a Universe Knight from an undying fighter. Normally, human beings' power would surge to 10 million times that of a Sector Lord from 100,000 times that of a Sector Lord. However, Luo Feng's boundless remote ocean and golden horned beast had both reached perfect life gene levels, and the godly power in their natural state was already 10,081 times. The golden horned beast and the boundless remote ocean could swallow immense amounts of power. Seize the moment. I must seize every minute and every second to swallow the godly power and transform my godly bodies. Luo Feng looked up at the sky. Unlimited godly power was pouring from the billion-mile portal. Absorb. 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 The waves were tumbling in the boundless remote ocean. It was swallowed the waters of godly power voraciously, eager to trigger the transformation in his body. Generally, when someone without another body, like Truyang Knight, became a universe knight, the universe origin would arrive on top of the individual directly so that he could swallow the godly power more efficiently. As for those who had other bodies, like Luo Feng, the universe origin would arrive on top of the largest body with the most energy, so that it could swallow godly power more efficiently. Luo Feng's original earthling body, golden horned beast body, and Mosha body was scattered across the universe. When he became a universe knight, the universe origin showed up above the boundless remote ocean, which could absorb godly power much more quickly than the golden horned beast body, or the original earthling body. The universe always arrived at the best choice. The universe origin only stayed for a while. Only when someone became undying could they absorb as much energy as they wanted to transform their godly bodies. On the contrary, when becoming a universe knight or universe master, the time allotted for absorbing godly power was very short. This meant that the amount of power one was able to absorb depended on his strengths. After a short while, everything withered away. The boundless remote ocean turned peaceful again, but the godly power was being transformed. Luo Feng, golden horned beast body, and Mosha body were looking down. The other three bodies Luo Feng had were easily transformed, with their godly bodies becoming 100 times stronger. The remote ocean is too large, thought Luo Feng. Even though it tried to absorb the power as much as possible, only 12% of it was transformed. After almost 20,000 years, the boundless remote ocean had grown to a diameter of almost 12 billion miles. Though the remote ocean body absorbed an incredible amount of power, only 12% of it was transformed. When teacher Truyang became a universe knight, 92% of his godly power was transformed, Luo Feng murmured. Normally, 90% of the godly bodies of human great beings are transformed, and once in a while, that amount can reach 100%. As for the golden horned beasts from Space Beast Alliance, 50% can be transformed. Regardless, 50% of the golden horned beasts' godly power was zillions of times greater than that of humans. And 12% of the boundless remote ocean's godly power was also zillions of times more than that of golden horned beasts. With this boundless remote ocean, I might be able to kill even a top-tier universe overlord if I perform I Am the Universe. Luo Feng was thrilled. It was difficult even for universe masters to kill top-tier universe overlords. It would be difficult for him as well, however, it would be more likely if he used I Am the Universe. Although he had never fought a universe master, he realized that he was not significantly weaker than universe masters. It is difficult for universe masters to kill top-tier universe overlords, he said. I'm 100 times stronger. If I meet universe masters, I'll definitely fight them. Luo Feng looked down at the boundless remote ocean and could feel the churning godly power in his body. Asterisk 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 asterisk. A god country was the root of an undying fighter. As undying fighters became stronger, their god countries would also morph. Luo Feng had reached perfect life gene level when he was only a sector lord, and the diameter of his internal world reached 600 billion miles, which was why his god country was stronger than that of many universe knights when he had just become undying. After 20,000 years, the boundless remote ocean kept expanding. The god country also gradually became stronger, but it was not a sharp change. At the moment when Luo Feng became a universe knight, however, his god country was fundamentally changed. The sky and land trembled. The god country was gradually transformed while absorbing the godly power from the boundless remote ocean. The remote ocean was letting out his godly power slowly to make sure it could recover it. Of course, the absolute amount of godly power let out was already terrifying based on the volume of the remote ocean. It's stable, said Luo Feng. I have better control. He looked up at the boundless sky and land, and it was like watching a shack turn into a mansion. The God Country before could have been easily damaged, or even destroyed if a Universe Master had tried, but his God Country now might not even be damaged even if a Universe Master gave all his efforts to the task. After 3 days, everything went back to normal. In the sky above the boundless remote ocean, a towering temple was surrounded by dark space, emanating endless space law power. Luo Feng stood in front of the temple and looked off into the distance. A being flew toward him. Remote ocean body is here, Luo Feng thought. After his God Country had finished being reconstructed, he had summoned back remote ocean body, who had been busy guarding Earth. Remote ocean body immediately dismantled, and godly power merged with the boundless remote ocean. His armor and blade floated in the sky. After a short while, another remote ocean body was created using Luo Feng's inherited technique creation. The quality of the godly power of the newly created remote ocean body could rival that of Lord of Fan Nuo Fortress, a universe knight, who was a special life form, with a life gene level of 1000 times. Remote ocean body just became 100 times stronger, Luo Feng thought. I bet he can suppress even the most powerful world tree. He's adequate to guard Earth. And I can get back there in time if he encounters something tricky. Ha ha. 4 bodies, said Luo Feng. My boundless remote ocean is the fountain which provides unlimited godly power. Star Tower, Force Armor, and Beast God Armor. All of them are exceptional true treasures, and my godly body has reached a perfect status for Universe Knights. With my strong God Country, I don't need to be afraid of Universe Masters. I have successfully built my foundation. I won't need to fear anything after I get Star Tower. Luo Feng's eyes glinted ferociously. It was so forceful that the entire God Country trembled. He hadn't hidden his identity when he killed Parachopper Knight and Flourishing Light Horde leader, as he'd known that it was almost time for him to show his true power to the entire universe. I, Luo Feng, won't need to be afraid anyone after becoming a Universe Knight. I've built my foundation. Other races, it's too late for you to kill me now. Luo Feng turned around and disappeared into his God Country. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Inside a spaceship traveling to the primal universe. Mr. Luo Feng. When Luo Feng entered the spaceship, that Emperor-level captain was startled. He was responsible for transportation between the virtual universe headquarters and the primal universe, so he knew that the peerless genius Luo Feng had become a mighty, supreme being who was much more powerful than ordinary universe knights. There were many beings of other races who were dying to kill him. Don't tell anyone about Mr. Luo Feng, be mindful of spies. This was an order from the seniors of the human race, and the captain knew of it. Leave, said Luo Feng. I don't need servants. Yes, Mr. Luo Feng. The captain left the room and gave the order. Time to go. Some undying fighters and sector lords who wanted to go to the primal universe grew anxious. We haven't boarded yet. Wait for us. Why did the spaceship leave before we board? The captain said, tell the head office that this spaceship will transfer Luo Feng to the primal universe. Ask them to arrange another spaceship for those undying fighters and sector lords. Mr. Luo Feng is exceptional, and nobody is allowed to disclose information about seeing him. As for those undying fighters and sector lords, it's better for them not to see Mr. Luo Feng. Yes, sir. The crew immediately went to report to the head office. The spaceship arrived at Primal Chaos City in a short while. The captain and the crew were greeting Luo Feng. He walked out and looked down on Primal Chaos City, which was not different from the last time he came here. Luo Feng took a step and went to Primal Chaos City. Primal Chaos City was the human race's land for cultivation. One look at those ancient buildings, and there would usually be human great beings sitting cross-legged on the rooftops of the cultivation residences. The atmosphere was always filled with the strong aura of cultivation. Universe level. Luo Feng swooped down from a high altitude and saw the human great beings on the rooftops of the cultivation residences. There were some who had only reached the universe level. This bit of power, and they are allowed into Primal Chaos City. Could they be participants from the previous War of Talents? Some of the cultivators, who were looking up at the sky to study the explicit display of secret engravings of universe laws, caught sight of Luo Feng and recognized him in an instant. Look, it's Sir Luo Feng. It's Sir Luo Feng. Having gained fame within such a short time, Luo Feng might have been the most sensational figure among the human race in the past 100,000 years. It was similar to how many of these cultivators did not know of the ancient Heaven Erosion Palace Master and some others. If, trillions of years ago, these individuals had died or been annihilated, and every piece of information pertaining to Luo Feng had been set to extremely high-level access rights, then many would naturally not know of Luo Feng. At best, they might have very limited information about him. But as of now, Luo Feng was the most prominent one. Is that Sir Luo Feng from the legendary Wall of Talents that took place 110,000 years ago? Yes, that's Sir Luo Feng. During the War of Talents that took place 110,000 years ago, there were 3 rare geniuses, of which Bolin and Rongjun achieved breakthroughs to become undying beings, and they are now emperors. Sir Luo Feng was said to have reached the levels of Sector Lord and Universe Knight way earlier than the others. So impressive. I heard that even Universe Knights have been annihilated by Sir Luo Feng. Those young fellows who were only at the universe level were getting emotional. The way they looked at Luo Feng was even more awe-filled than how Luo Feng and his peers had looked at Sir Nineblade back then. After all, Luo Feng had emerged onto the scene only 110,000 years ago during the War of Talents. Plus, his fame and the various rumors about him were much more than those of Sir Nineblade. But these undying, sector lords, domain masters, and universe-level beings were all pretty low on the social scale. So the stories about Luo Feng killing some universe overlords were unknown to them. If they ever caught wind of that news, they would have been rendered speechless. Such high-level information would only be known by the Universe Knights. In addition, some of the undying emperors, who were usually quite well-informed, might have caught wind of it. Generations of participants in the War of Talents are continually emerging. The number of great beings among the humans is increasing as well. Luo Feng looked down and revealed a trace of a smile. Then with a great leap forward, he speedily made his way to City Leader Palace. Luo Feng entered the City Leader Palace and connected to the virtual universe with his conscious mind. Because news about the closing of the virtual universe had been disseminated previously, this was the first time he had made a connection after the opening of the virtual universe. The moment he connected, Virtual Helper Barbata, the subsidiary intelligence helper, promptly informed Luo Feng, 882,901 messages, 9,010 telephone requests, 106 important messages, 11 important telephone requests. So much mail. Luo Feng was walking in the City Leader Palace while scanning through his mail with his consciousness. He opened the message, and with his consciousness revolving rapidly, he finished looking through all his mail within only a short time. Other than Primal Chaos City Leader, the other 3 Universe Masters have contacted me too, especially Huge Axe Creator. He actually contacted me. Luo Feng's eyes flashed with a hint of surprise. The 3 Universe Masters and Huge Axe Creator had each sent a mail message to him, and the messages were the same, a simple congratulatory mail. The messages looked simple, but when it came to their status, these were from Universe Masters and a Universe Supreme Being. To receive messages from them was simply extraordinary. I should write a letter to thank them. Without further ado, Luo Feng replied to the 3 Universe Masters and Huge Axe Creator with a thank you letter. After settling all these, Luo Feng put up a request to contribute a true treasure to his race. To enter that side palace of City Leader Palace, the only way was to put up such an application. Asterisk 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 asterisk. The bronze doors opened slowly, and Luo Feng stepped in. Thereafter, the doors closed again. Let's begin. Luo Feng waved. At that moment, true treasures started appearing one after the other and floated about in midair. Then they drifted over to the stone plate in the center of the hall of the palace. Countless green threads of light were rising and moved to envelop the treasures in a winding manner. These true treasures were obtained by Luo Feng through his numerous battles, and in total, there was a total of 4 senior true treasures. These 4 senior true treasures will all be contributed, but I doubt they are enough. Luo Feng brooded over his contribution. Previously, when Luo Feng was thrown into the whirlpool by Craftsman Master, and ended up in the land of extremists, he had killed Demon Sword Knight and obtained 2 true treasures, of which one was a senior true treasure. And when he came back from the Beast God sector, and entered the original star for close to a year, he had killed several universe overlords and a large number of universe knights, thus obtaining a total of 4 senior true treasures. Killing Qian Yang Knight had also been very rewarding. Not only had he gained the Flowing Light Wings and Disambiguation Mirror Stone, but he also obtained an Attack Series True Treasures, Senior True Treasure Battle Armor, and an ordinary Domain Type True Treasure. However, his remote ocean body had taken 3 of the Senior True Treasures with him, so there were only 5 Senior True Treasures, including the 8 shuttles, which Luo Feng did not require at that moment. Keeping one of these 5 Senior True Treasures, the True Treasure Armor, Luo Feng contributed the other 4 to his race. Contributing 4 Senior True Treasures equaled only 52.1 True Treasure points, said Luo Feng. Still quite a fair distance from a top-tier True Treasure. Luo Feng gave a slight shake of his head. Then he started the exchange for True Treasure. 1 Flying Palace Type Ordinary True Treasure, the Wood Grain Boat, a True Treasure of the Ground category, required 23 True Treasure points. 1 Ordinary Territory Type True Treasure, Numerous Worlds, required 18 True Treasure points. 1 Senior Blade Type Weapon, Bo He, which was something like the Ghost Blade, required 9 True Treasure points. A total of 3 True Treasures cost him 50 True Treasure points. Asterisk 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 asterisk. In Primal Chaos City, at Truyang Knight's residence. Senior is back. Brothers. As Luo Feng walked within the mansion, he met with some fellow brothers who greeted him respectfully, but cautiously. They were cautious for 2 reasons. 1. Luo Feng had not spent much time with them on a long-term basis. 2. As disciples of Truyang Knight, they were all well informed. They knew that quite a fair number of several universe overlords had been annihilated by Luo Feng. Luo Feng simply smiled and returned the greetings in a leisurely manner. When he walked out of sight, the group of brothers immediately began a heated discussion. Brother Luo Feng is simply too powerful. Even universe overlords were annihilated by him. Doesn't that mean he is close to becoming a universe master? He has far surpassed our teacher. I believe the Hong Alliance Palace Master will have a place for Brother Luo Feng in future. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Luo Feng could hear all the content of their discussions from afar, but he maintained his inner peace, staying still as undisturbed waters as he walked to where Truyang Knight resided. Teacher, Luo Feng said. He stood outside the door and waited. Come in. The doors opened automatically. Truyang Knight was seated at the far end of the table, which was laid out with a fine spread of food and wine. TSK, teacher, said Luo Feng. This is some fine quality wine you have here. You must have spent quite a fortune. Luo Feng reached the table in 2 steps, and sat across from Truyang Knight. He reached for a flat vessel containing some wine and took a close look. Is this the Eru-aged Jagui wine? My disciple has gained such great fame among the 100 million races in the universe that there could be no one who has not heard of you, said Truyang Knight. Everyone sees you as a super being. If you were part of another race, you could lead the entire race with your power. You could go rampant roaming the universe. Truyang Knight caressed his golden beard. With a mildly triumphant tone, he continued, even a few universe overlords have been annihilated by my disciple. How is that not worth celebrating? At such a time, would I be so stingy over wine? Luo Feng blinked and said, Teacher, if you flatter me too much, I might fly off to Cloud 9. You are already capable of flying. Truyang Knight joked. This brought some warmth to Luo Feng. He felt as though he had gone back in time to the past. Truyang Knight was a very straightforward and candid character, and he would commonly jest with his disciples. He simply had no regard for social status. "Aren't you going to drink?" Truyang Knight filled his own glass. "I am." "Of course, I will," Luo Feng replied immediately. "Ha ha. Come, let me fill your glass. I will help myself." Luo Feng and Truyang Knight drank and chatted about the recent happenings in the outside world. While Luo Feng had been spending time on cultivation recently, the outside world had undergone many great changes. "You definitely gave the races of the universe a good scare this time around." Truyang Knight put down his wine glass and sighed. "The rate of your growth was so fast that even I, as your teacher, was pretty shocked, let alone the other races. There is all kinds of news circulating around in the universe, saying that at the rate you are progressing, you'll likely attain primal chaos city leaders level in the future. Spies from other races are all over. We have caught and killed a large number of spies. Some have tried to infiltrate primal chaos city, or even reach my very doorstep." Truyang Knight looked towards Luo Feng and continued, "We have killed many of these spies, but the killing is never ending. It seems like the other races are no longer concerned about the price they have to pay. They would rather sacrifice the many spies they have sent out as they get exposed, and still search frantically for news about you." "Oh?" Luo Feng nodded slightly. "All those spies who waited in ambush," said Truyang Knight. "The loss for one is actually quite a sizable amount. Yet now, races are willing to lose them one after the other. I speculate that other races are already aware that you are cultivating in your god country. They are in the midst of locating the whereabouts of your god country. Bug soldiers, the automaton clan, demons. All of them are finding ways to enter the human territory to kill you." Truyang Knight paused, then warned, "If it were not for them, there would be no rush at all. You have to be very careful." "Ha!" Luo Feng laughed. "Teacher, let's not talk about this. I am well prepared for it. My purpose in coming here to see teacher today is for some other matter." With a wave of Luo Feng's hand, 3 true treasures instantly appeared and hung suspended in midair. They were an earth-yellow wooden boat, a crystal ball, and a piece of black armor. The wooden boat was a flying palace-type true treasure. The crystal ball was a domain-type true treasure named Numerous Worlds. And the piece of black armor was a senior true treasure armor. With these 3 true treasures, Truyang Knight's survival ability would reach a new high. The only pity was that a soul-type ordinary true treasure would require at least 36 true treasure points. Luo Feng could not afford that amount. This is. Truyang Knight got to his feet and looked at the 3 true treasures, stupefied. "Teacher, I am going to leave the human territory on an adventure," Luo Feng said reverentially. "If everything happens as I anticipate it will, some major bloodshed will likely take place. You are my teacher, so I am afraid trouble may find its way to you. These 3 true treasures may be helpful to you, so it is my hope that you will accept them." Luo Feng was worried that Truyang Knight might not accept the treasures, because they were too valuable. So he did not reveal the actual value of these 3 true treasures. "You want to leave the human territory?" Truyang Knight was taken aback. Luo Feng nodded. Yes. He had to go claim Star Tower and obtain the 5th black metal board. Of course, he had to go. But you are aware that the automaton clan, bug soldiers, and demons alike. They are all looking to eliminating you, said Truyang Knight. Even if you are in the human territory, there are chances of assassination attempts. Yet you want to head out. Once you are out there, there are no human great beings who can give you timely protection. You will be exposed to danger. Truyang Knight started to panic at the thought. Yes, I am aware of that, said Luo Feng. This time, when I head out, there is bound to be a bloodbath. Luo Feng smiled. But please rest assured, teacher. He bowed slightly. I shall take my leave now. Turning around, Luo Feng took a step and vanished. Truyang Knight looked to where Luo Feng had vanished. He kept silent for a long time. He understood. Luo Feng had reached an even higher level. 3 true treasures. A universe overlord. 3 true treasures are all that he got. True Yang Knight thought these were ordinary true treasures, so with an extended finger, he shot out threads of godly power, and speedily penetrated the 3 true treasures. That very moment, a surge of information was transmitted. Flying Palace type, Domain type, Senior True Treasure Armor. This information had True Yang Knight rooted on the spot for a long while. He did not tell me, he whispered. He left immediately, because he was worried I might accept these if I knew. This disciple of mine. This video will end here.